again, hope everybody's doing well. My name is Rick in SunSDR, and we're going to go over using ERS, Expert Electronics software application for V3. ERS is Expert's Remote Systems. I always want to call it Server Remote Systems. And in this video, we're going to show you how to set that up, how to launch the application, how to configure a few things, and be able to transmit and receive remotely. So I'm going to be using the Windows-based version, and this would apply also to the Mac and Linux-based versions as well, although I don't run those systems, so I can't go through configurations for you, but hopefully the video will give you some ideas and some pointers, and you can figure that out. So again, firstly, the first thing you're going to need to do is make sure you're using the current version of V3. In this case, this will be V3 version 13.08.07.2022. And again, this is an alpha release. Hopefully the beta release will be coming out here hopefully soon, but there's a few things that still need to be corrected and resolved. So we're still in the alpha stages. I know that's a little bit longer than they had planned. Granted, given what current state of affairs there is going on there, I'm going to give them a break. Things are not the same as they used to be, a couple years ago when they had hoped that this would kind of fall in line, but things change. All right, so first thing we're going to do is go to the website. Again, that's eesdr.com. There's a couple pieces of software we need to make sure we have here. We're going to click or go to the software tab, and again, go to Expert SDR3. Again, as always, the current version of V3 will be listed here. Again, like I said, this is an alpha release version 13, build number 0807-2022. And then you'll have your server software or starter. Again, that's the Expert Remote System, ERS. And you can grab your flavor of the download here. The Windows version of this will be up again soon. Or not the Windows, I'm sorry. The Mac version of this should be up again here soon. Few things that need to be worked out in that. The setup manual available here. And as always, I suggest you download this and save it. And first thing, if you haven't already done so, you need to create yourself a profile to be able to do this remotely, and that profile will actually be used to validate credentials. So that's what the profile is. You can go to the link here to set your profile up. Once you do that, a little bit of information you can fill out there: email address, passwords. Repeat the password again. Confirm that you're not a robot, or any other type of non-human, I suppose. And then you'll get a confirmation email. You need to validate that. Once you do that, you should be able to log into the cloud server to make sure that things are working and you can log in there. Okay. To verify that, you can go to this site. This site is also used for the web browser, which is the receive-only monitoring link. If you want to use a web browser, okay, for receive-only. We're going to do we already did that in a previous video. We're going to actually do transmit and receive using the actual radio chooser V313 software. Okay. Again, once you download that and you verify, back up. Once you verify everything here and you can log in and make sure things are working, you're going to download the software. In the software, you're going to need to edit one file in there. That is the JSON the config.json file. You can open it with text editor, Notepad, any type of text editing program will work. in that folder, you'll find this file here, and you can just right click on it, hit edit, and go in there, and between the quotes for the email and the quotes for the secret, or aka password, you're going to put your email address that you use to register. Make sure you do not delete the comma after the end of that again, and those go just between the quotes. And then the same thing for the secret or password. You're going to use the password that you used to create your login credentials as well. That's what it's going to validate against, to make sure that whoever's trying to log in is legit. Save the starter. I just saved the whole thing and made it a folder on my C drive, and then created a shortcut to the starter application. All right. So once you do that, I'm going to close this down. We've already got that stuff set up. First thing you're going to always want to do, make sure your radio is on, obviously powered on, and then you're going to start the Expert SDR application itself, which will bring up the radio chooser panel. And here you'll see the radio chooser panel showing me my local SunSDR 2DX. Okay, and now we're going to start the starter application, the ERS, remote expert remote systems software. Okay, and again, I'm hoping that this application here becomes part of this whole choice of things on one of these tabs, so that you don't have to do this separately. Okay, and that would also explain, that would also explain why this doesn't fully close and sits in the taskbar, so that you can always, come down here and launch that and let it run. Again, I apologize for the coughing here and the raspy voice. All right, so let's start the starter application. If everything goes well, you'll get the connect successful, that you've been successfully authenticated. Your credentials match what you have in the config.json file, and that's also the username or actual email address /username /secret /password that you did when you registered as well. At that point, you can minimize this. Do not close it. Okay, this has to be running in the background, so don't close it, but you can minimize it. At that point, you've got this application running on your side with the remote, or the side where the actual radio is. Okay, so install this also on your remote side, your laptop, another desktop PC, whatever that you're going to use remotely. And once you do that, you're going to launch it, the application on that device, and then you can go to the third tab by hitting the third little circle icon down here on the bottom, and you're going to make sure that the URL is correct here, which is cloud.eesdr.com port number 5450. Okay, if there's anything else behind this, take it out. This is what you want to keep in there. Your login, again, this is the email address that you used when you created your login credentials, and the password, or secret as they call it in the config.json file. Okay, this is the password you used when you created your remote login profile as well. At that point, you should be able to click login here, and if successfully you've used the right username and password and things have validated, you'll get the successfully authorized button, and shortly after you'll notice that my radio came up as a remote device. There's my local IP. Here's the cloud version, actually the authenticated cloud linked back to my radio. Okay, once this is done, once this is authorized and this is shown up, that cloud thing is nothing more than a handoff back to your direct from your local device where the radio is to the device that you're using remotely. So that becomes a one-to-one direct connection at that point, okay, via the internet. At that point, you should be able to, again, choose which graphics API you want to use. So you can use DirectX or Vulkan or OpenGL for the Windows application, just like you can if you do it locally, okay? So you're going to choose that. That's going to be your first thing that you want to do. And then you can hit start. And if all goes well here, okay. So we have the application up. It's not powered on yet. You'll know that there's a little lightning bolt icon down here on the little link now, indicating that it is remote. You'll also notice that your upload and download speeds are well, they're not running right now, but because it's not powered on, but you'll see those, and you'll also see your ping time. So you'll know that this is definitely in remote mode. Okay. At this point, you can power it on, and this is going to pretty much be a default setting.
Alpha Bravo 9 to Victor. Welcome aboard to Savannah. You're 5 and 8. Over.
Well, look at that, right on the frequency of somebody. Let's I'm gonna try to remember where he is, so we can try to work this guy later on. Okay, so let's I'm gonna go down. Let's go down one for right now. Okay, you can change your sample rates again down here, lower corner, lower left corner. I like 312. I'm going to set this for 312, and you'll notice that obviously doing so is going to put more of a load on my my downloads and my uploads. Okay. You can right click again to adjust your temperature, show your device information. We'll cover this little, why this is red here in a minute. Again, you're pretty much, like you were with the actual application locally, okay? Again, this is kind of a default view, so things are not like they are on my local version, but we're gonna fix that here in just a minute. You click the settings little icon here. You're going to want to make sure whenever you're running remote, this needs to be on microphone PC, okay? So make sure that this is on microphone PC, and whatever profile you're going to save is going to be on microphone PC when you save that profile, okay? If you're going to do any kind of EQing or anything else. I'm not going to go through this. This is pretty standard. You guys should know how to do this by now. You've got your line out options, so you can do line out to a virtual audio device, to your sound card, to WAV files, if you're for doing recordings, whatever. Actually, you know what? Here, I'm going to turn this down, sorry. So that's not running in the background too loud while me trying to talk over the top of it. Apologize if that's been the case there. Okay. Your just went line blank. Your filtering, your bandpass, your taps are locked in the remote version. They're going to be locked at 800. Okay. Right now, you're not going to get any power corrections or frequency correction because this is done on the running application locally, which I said start, before you start the starter application. This stuff is taking place wherever the radio is, okay? You can change your highs and lows, your offsets, your deviations, if you're going to run one tone or two tones, if you want to mimic the anon mating call or whatever, and mess them up and whatever, you get the drift. You can start, other local applications when you launch this. Maybe a logger or something you want to start with this as well. You can put that application path in here. If there's any arguments that need to go with it when you start it up, you can put those in there as well. And then when you start this application, when this starts up, it will automatically launch whatever applications you have listed in here as well. The next tab down is going to be your color settings, and again, this is all pretty much default. We're going to turn on the band panel, which has brought up my bands up here, my band selections. Instead of being able to do it here in the drop down, I have them readily accessible right up here. I'm going to turn on my modulation panel. Oops. So now I get my choices of modulation types. Excuse me. And I'm not going to worry about the zoom follows cursor for this video. You can have your slow your pan adapter speed up and down. If you want to do the position offset, have this auto set to whatever range you have set in here. This will follow by band, so I'm going to use 7% of the shown floor here. Okay, I'm going to slow this down just a little bit. I don't like that running as fast as it is. Okay. Again, this is all customizable to your preference. For me, it was a little too fast. I like a little bit slower. I like to be able to see things a little bit here. Okay. Again, on the waterfall, that's this scrolling down here to me is a little quick. I'm going to slow this down. All right. I have found that if you put a minimum of 4 dB in here, in this maximum, I don't know, it may just be me. I might be nitpicking things here. Things seem to be a little more detailed on some of the waterfall stuff, okay? Again, we have the default colors here. I'm not a real big fan of that, but for this video, let's do that. But I'm gonna change this fill to something a little. There we go. Okay. It's kind of ugly. I don't like it. Sorry. Sorry guys. I can't deal with that. Let's lighten this up a little bit then. All right, I can deal with that. And then right now you have the 3 choices for the waterfall color scheme. Hopefully in a future release here, as things have been progressing, because we only did have the one, you'll be able to set a custom color here, but I prefer this. You can change your background color up here to whatever you want, or a gradient, picture, or animation. I'm going to leave it black for right now, and you can obviously change the fill colors here for the background if you want to do that. Okay. If you're going to use a logging program, skimmer, anything like that, you want to have the information displayed from, let's say an example, spotting software. You're going to want to put that broadcast data UDP port number in here. Follow these by a comma. I'm not going to get into running that remotely here, but it works the same way as you do locally. So if you load something on whatever PC or desktop you're using remotely for logging and spotting and whatever, digital applications, things like that, it's going to work just like it does at your local location. You may have a little latency, a little bit of delay due to, if you've got a crappy internet connection or things, and remember, the internet connection has to be good both ways. Okay, it can be great at wherever your remote site is, and if you've got a lousy connection on the other end, things are going to suffer both ways, coming and going. Okay, so you can save your profiles again, import and export your profile. This would be global profiles at this point here for all of your settings, okay? Versus, whoops. Yeah, if I can get to the right panel here, man, I'm having one of them days. Versus microphone audio profiles, okay? Mic profiles here, import and export. Again, like I said, for remote applications, you need to make sure that this is on microphone PC. Now, we're going to cover why this is red. Okay? I'm not going to get into this stuff. Again, this is all the same. We will need to adjust our drive and our tune and our going to have to adjust my gain here, I'm sure. The mic PC. For the mic PC, I do have a USB interface plugged into the XR. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I have no idea how this is going to sound. I have no idea where my gain level is. Starting a fresh install so you guys can see how this gets set up and works, okay? So bear with me. This could be kind of crappy. I don't know. I'm hoping it isn't, but it could be. So this is great. This is red because I don't have an input device selected for the microphone, okay? So in order to change this, even if it's green, in order to edit these fields, the changes in the drop-down list, you need to turn them off. To turn them off, you can left click, okay? Left click again will re-enable it and it'll light up green. This is red because I don't have a proper input device set up for my PC audio. On the input side, the microphone side, okay? Turn it off. Left click to turn it off. Going to right click now. See, it says unused because I don't have something set in here. I'm going to scroll through my list and hopefully I can find, although I don't see it in here, this may not be good. Oh wait, here we go. Is that only one of these? Yeah. I'm going to try this. This should be my... This should be my, you know what, I can't mix these. Hold on. Let's go to the MME. Sorry. You don't want to mix the formats here, okay? If you have, like, the Microsoft MME or the WDM, the KS, or the, you know, your Wasapi's application devices, okay? Don't mix the... if you can avoid it, because you could have issues. Don't mix the inputs and outputs of those types of devices. If you can keep them the same, you're probably going to have a lot less issues going on here, okay? So let's see if I should have lost audio. Yeah, I don't have any audio in my audio capture now. I'm going to turn this back up. Yeah, we don't have audio. So if I turn this back on, hopefully, do we have audio now? Yeah, we have desktop audio. Okay, good. All right. Notice this is green now. Okay, it's not red anymore. It's green. Let's see. Where that guy I moved down 10, didn't I? Let's see if he's still here. I think it sounds like he is.
Giving it a run and using the name Ike. There you go.
I'm going to open this up a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to spread this out again, okay? You can adjust where this is, just like you can locally. You can adjust your viewing, just like you can locally. Okay, so let me go back. Left click on the center bar. You can adjust the height, the percentage between your pen adapter and your waterfall. Right clicking and holding it down on this, you can adjust your viewable range, okay? So, oh, here, this big mess, this is the AM station across from me. I don't have a notch filter installed. Let's just do that real quick, because that's going to drive me up a wall. So, I'll turn this on. I'm going to add a notch. I'm going to go here at 72, 7250. I'm going to widen this out. I'm going to add another one because this thing is pretty potent. I'm going to drop it in next to it. And out to here. So they overlap. And I'm going to add one more on the high side. Whoops. Sorry. I've lost my, oh well, I'll mess with that later. Okay. Let's go into a dummy load here first, okay? Let's see where we're at audio-wise and if we've got any kind of dry power. Obviously, we don't have any dry power right now. It's turned all the way down, so is my tune. Let's bring up the tune. Let's hit tune here. So that's 5 watts. SWR looks decent. Okay, that's showing... And again, I think this is cut back in the remote version because I'm not seeing as much power, but that wouldn't surprise me because I know there was some weird stuff going on here. So let's just try this. Okay, there's 37 watts. That's fine. I'm not going to fire the amplifier up, but okay. So my tune's decent. This stuff is... That's not... You're not transmitting this stuff. This is a weird GUI interface right now that's... Remember, this is still alpha, okay? I come out of tune. I'm in my dummy load. Let's bring our dry power up. Let's go back and transmit and see if we have any type of power output. Whoops. Alright, what's going on here? One, two. Okay, gonna change this scalability. Okay, so we've got power. We've got some stuff going on here. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's not much power there though. Okay, and that's hello. I want to see if this is, yeah, that's about 50 watts or so registering on my external. Okay, that's closer to 100 on the external meter. All right, let's come out of this. Let's go back over on an antenna. I'm going to turn this up locally here so I can hear it. You're probably going to hear some in the background of echoing because I've got this running on PC monitor speakers here, so it is going to get picked up by the microphone. Let's see if we can find us a station to...
If you'd like to learn more about the nuclear ship Savannah, you can definitely check it out on QRZ.
We'll try to work this guy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. QRZ from Kilowatt 3 Sierra.
November 8, Sugar, Denmark Radio.
Hey, Quebec Alpha Yankee. It's not the first time we've worked you. Appreciate the call. You're 5 and 9 aboard the nuclear ship Savannah.
It took me a minute to realize why I didn't have a foot switch option here. I am having to click the TX mode up here. Okay, I can do it from spacebar too. Okay, good.
Nuclear ship Savannah, Baltimore, Maryland, celebrating the 60th anniversary of the ship's main
So if you click on the spacebar, it'll go into transmit, and click it again, it'll come out. Okay.
November 4th, Sierra Tango Golf. Welcome aboard. You're 59, over.
Yeah, thank you for being there, dude. I've done a museum ship in the past myself, so you're 5-9 to Georgia, over.
I'm going to bring this up some.
Roger, thanks for the report from Georgia. And if you'd like to learn more about the ship, you can check it out.
Maybe over driving this a little bit. Oh, you know what?
Kilo 3 Sierra.
I just lost my... Where was he at? Who's that? Oh, shoot. I just messed this all up, didn't I?
Whiskey America 3, November, America.
Alright. Wanted to see if the pop-out meter works. Sorry, guys. I was screwing around.
Whiskey Alpha 3, November, Alpha November at the Goddard Space.
I am going to bring my AGC down, though, because I can't stand all that noise in the background. Sorry. I just can't stand that. Now I'm going to have to turn this up.
Thank you. QRZ from Kilowatt 3 Sierra. Nuclear ship Savannah in Baltimore, Maryland, QRZ.
November 8, Sugar, Denmark Radio.
Indian Radio.
November 8, Sugar, Delta Radio.
November Sugar, Delta Radio. Welcome aboard the nuclear ship Savannah. You're 59.
Thank you very much, sir. You're also 59 into the state of Ohio. My name is Rick, and we're just testing out a little remote station here with some new software. So thank you very much. Appreciate it, and have a fantastic day, and thanks for running the special event.
Okay, Rick, sounding great, and all seems to be working well. 7-3, this is Kilowatt 3 Sierra, Baltimore, Maryland, celebrating the 60th anniversary.
All right. Hey, look, our first remote contact, got a good report, good signal report, good sounding great. So, hey, that's good there. All right, this is going to conclude this video of how to run the ERS, Expert Remote Systems software, when you want to run your EESDR SunSDR radio remotely for transmit and receive. Hope you all have a pleasant day and a great weekend. Well, it's the weekend here anyways. I know I'm going to try to do a little contesting later on, maybe in the NAQP. And I don't know, if I get bored, I may make a few other videos, so we'll see. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it. And as always, cheers, all the best, and God bless.